In an unstable society of radicalized crime syndicates, rising technological abuse, raging mental instability, and a murder rate on the incline, it comes as no surprise that the outbursts in the daily waves of violence might occasionally spike significantly. With cyberpsychosis becoming a widespread phenomenon across the majority of modern societies, showing how the horrific outcomes of too many implants might corrupt both body and mind of the regular citizen and result in the creation of the utmost devastating and violent lunatics. While state-sponsored therapy was mandatory for anyone exhibiting signs of cyberpsychosis, prevention, treatments, and medications were mostly unsuccessful. Once a citizen began their downward spiral of cyberpsychosis, the outcome would usually be the same: violent, volatile outbursts in the shape of public massacres. Because of this, it only made sense that to combat these rampaging cybernetic powerhouses, the response from law enforcement agencies would have to be equally or even more violent. Enter C-SWAT, the Cyborg Suppression Unit, also known as the Maximum Force Tactical Division, MaxTac, the last resort of action against the raging cyberpsychotics. Originally a division of SWAT, MaxTac's role would grow and expand along with the ever-increasing threat of cyberpsychosis within Night City. Their deployment would be regarded a tier above the regular SWAT and the last method of approach to end an armed conflict with an out-of-control citizen. Within Night City, the division would consist of police officers of the NCPD, screened for supreme physical conditioning, superb agility, but most crucially, their ability to sustain cybernetic enhancements. Cyberware augmentation would be common, if not mandatory, within the ranks of MaxTac. Here the officers would be fitted and equipped with the best of the best in terms of both hardware and software available on the market. Their weapons, armor, and implants allowed the officers of MaxTac to easily rival the most volatile and dangerous subjects of cyberpsychosis. MaxTac would also become well known for implementing ruthless tactics when dealing with individuals suffering from cyberpsychosis. Their philosophy was simple: maintain law and order and protect the innocent. This has prompted MaxTac to implement a strategy on the basis of hit hard, with the aim of securing the safety of the public immediately by neutralizing the subject as quickly as possible. From the early 2000s and until 2040, MaxTac functioned as a branch of the NCPD, where they were the tip of the spear in the fight against individuals compromised by cyberpsychosis. However, during the aftermath of the Fourth Corporate War, in the fallout of the Night City Holocaust, MaxTac saw a period where it became an independent organization, effectively functioning as the only form of police within Night City. Through the later decades, as order was re-established, MaxTac was once again absorbed by the NCPD, who, however, kept the unit well at arm's length. It would seem that most officers within NCPD saw the CyberSWAT unit as a method of fighting fire with fire, seeing that their strategies and tactics always escalated to situations being both swift and violent, on top of many MaxTac members being borderline cyberpsychotic themselves, barely clinging on to the brink of reality. The division was not well liked among the regular officers of the city. In most ways, the regular officers of Night City saw the MaxTac officers as at least or even more dangerous than the cyberpsychos they were tasked with neutralizing. Not only that, the individuals that either volunteered or were drafted for service were by nature not nice people. They were typically individuals with severe violent tendencies, which made both police officers and people as a whole avoid any members of the MaxTac division. And while the official policy for MaxTac was to only use lethal force when absolutely necessary. It is well documented that 90% of all encounters between individuals suffering from cyberpsychosis and MaxTac has ended in a fatality for the suspect. However, for the remaining 10% exists an interesting rumor. Those who aren't killed in their encounter with MaxTac's forces are allegedly taken to Los Padres, a unique prison specifically designed for housing cyberpsychos. It is alleged that the MaxTac division recruits from these apprehended suspects of cyberpsychosis, taking them into their own ranks. While most of this is pure speculation, one substantiated claim on this rumor does exist. MaxTac officer Melissa Rory. Documented as an apprehended cyberpsycho, she now serves within the unit of MaxTac. After installing the Higurashi Mantis blades in 2069, she began a slow decline of her mental health before she went mad in 2077 due to the implant's poor connection between her neural processor and her prefrontal cortex. The resulting madness caused Melissa to go on a rampage and kill 14 people before she was apprehended by MaxTac. Recruited, treated, deemed allegedly stable and fit for service, Melissa Rory now serves in a leadership position, overseeing a task force where she leads the execution of raids against other cyberpsychos. Yet in an internal letter found within the Night City Police Department's database, a medical professional examining Melissa Rory expresses grave concern for her mental state, as she has been observed to have several recurring relapses of antisocial behavior. On top of that, she has also been observed to express a great deal of satisfaction from the death of a suspect on the scene of a crime, leaving her professionalism and her motives for serving in the NCPD in question. It does, however, seem a recurring issue among officers of the MaxTac division, as most, if not all, seem to deal with issues of either antisocial behavior or cyberpsychosis in one way or another. Former MaxTac officer Matthias Maddox states in his own book, The MaxTac Way, that he keeps a gun in his bedside table, expecting his wife to empty the magazine into his skull should she ever find him screaming or rambling incoherently at night. Referred to by some as criminals with badges, it would seem that the reputation of MaxTac persists to that of ruthlessness and sadistic violence in the way that they operate. Borderline cyberpsychotic, unhinged, and with the hardware, software, and authority to operate autonomously as they themselves see fit. It is no wonder that within Night City, they're almost as feared as the cyberpsychotic they have vowed to protect the public from. Yet it seems that within the ever-increasing demand for cyberware augmentation within the public, there will always be another case of cyberpsychosis lurking around the corner. And because of that, there will always be a need for the MaxTac division to keep the peace within Night City. Hey there, Hazmat here. That concludes the video of one of my favorite subjects within Cyberpunk 2077, the MaxTac division, and I hope with all of my heart that CD Projekt Red will expand on it in the future. As always, a big thanks goes out to the Hunters Lounge, specifically the exclusive Gitchy Boy, the exclusive Johnny Sevens, the VIPs, Corvo Bearslayer, Derivative, Doc Powell, Gino Lucero, Goose, Hambone, Jiminel Bob, Corey Peterson, Michael Thornhill, Mordef Menace, Ryan, Slip, Stas Piestic, Sunrise Phoenix, TJ Crane, Texas Toast, and the Wizard of Copper. And of course, all the regulars. The Hunters Lounge does not only support me directly as a content creator, they also help me decide on future content, and you can join it on Patreon or here on YouTube for as little as $1 a month. Link is in the description below.